My boyfriend told me I'm selfish for not wanting him to sleep over at his female friend's place, then sent me a selfie from her bed with the caption, "Some people trust, some people don't." When I called him out, he mocked me on Facetime in front of their whole group and said, "Get over yourself or get lost." His friend messaged that I should grow a backbone if I want to date someone like him. Now he's saying he's giving me one last chance to chill out, but he's about to get the shock of his life. Tobias announced he was moving in with his female friend Andrea to help with her rent. Not a discussion, an announcement. When I said I wasn't comfortable with my boyfriend living with another woman, he called me insecure and controlling. If you trusted me, this wouldn't be an issue. I explained it was about boundaries, not trust. Most couples wouldn't be okay with their partner moving in with someone of the opposite sex. He kept weaponizing the word trust, while bringing up times I'd been friendly with male coworkers, pretending that was equivalent. The mental gymnastics were impressive, anything to make my discomfort the problem. He framed Andrea like a helpless case 25, employed, degree, yet somehow the only solution was him playing live-in hero. Any alternative I offered, short-term sublet, new roommate, alone, was heartless. Meanwhile, he'd been discussing our fights with Andrea, getting her advice on how to handle me and calling my boundaries issues. I said no, help her another way. I assumed he'd compromise. Friday, he went to organize her spare room and might stay late. By Saturday morning, he texted he'd crash there. At noon, a notification hit. A shirtless selfie from Andrea's bed, captioned, "Some people trust, some people don't." He called it transparency, not provocation. When I said it was disrespectful, he doubled down. My reaction proved I didn't trust him. Sunday, Andrea messaged me on Facebook to grow a backbone, calling my insecurity embarrassing and saying Tobias deserves someone who could handle his female friends. He defended her for looking out for him, like her opinion outranked mine. That's when I realized I was dating a man who let another woman lecture his girlfriend about boundaries. So while he tested mine, I tested his. I met up with my ex, Brian, a friend I'd stayed close with. He was stunned. Any guy would move in with another woman and expect his girlfriend to accept it. Brian and I grabbed coffee, then dinner. I posted photos with captions about spending time with people who respect boundaries. Within hours, Tobias was blowing up my phone from Andrea's apartment, suddenly jealous, suddenly full of questions. When I pointed out he'd spent weeks insisting opposite-sex friendships were normal, he said my situation was different. I kept spending time with Brian and kept posting. The smugness Tobias had when moving in with Andrea evaporated as he watched me actually move on. The breaking point. Brian surprised me with first-class tickets to Italy. I posted about our upcoming trip to Rome and Tuscany. Tobias FaceTimed me from Andrea's place, visibly agitated, friends audible in the background. He tried to lecture me about how my behavior with Brian was inappropriate. I got bolder. I told him Brian had been staying over and how much better it felt to be with someone who cared about my feelings. I described the plans: first-class flights, the 5-star hotel in Tuscany, dinners with someone who makes me feel valued. Tobias lost it. He yelled that I was vindictive and crazy. The cool manipulation was gone. His friends whispered, "Dude, chill." I asked him a simple question. When Andrea finds a boyfriend, where exactly do you think you'll end up? You realize you're her convenient helper right now. When she actually dates someone, you'll be tossed out like yesterday's garbage. You're a very expensive doormat who pays rent. Silence. His friends tried not to laugh. The tension said Andrea heard every word. Then he made his big play. "Get over yourself or get lost. One last chance, chill, or we're done." I laughed. "Tobias, we've been done. You moved in with another woman. I moved on to someone who knows my worth. There is no last chance. I already upgraded." I told him to enjoy playing house while Brian and I sipped wine in Tuscany. Then I hung up. My phone lit up with numbers I didn't recognize. Tobias borrowing phones to reach me. The desperation was loud. Brian found it hilarious. We spent the week planning Italy and booking the hotel. Tobias thought I'd accept crumbs while he lived with another woman. Instead, I chose respect and matched actions to words. I don't compete with roommates. I replace boyfriends.